seeing the towers fall from my TV in my house with my roommate off base in 2001, it was sickening. I almost threw up watching it. And as soon as the shock wore off of, oh my God, we've just been attacked, the reality set in of, oh my God, we were just attacked. And so we put on our uniforms and drove to base with the goal of figuring out where we were going and when we were going, because we knew we were going. For the young teens, 20-somethings, early 20-somethings, which is largely who we were, for us it was our response to being attacked. We were the ones that were fortunate enough to have the responsibility of representing our country when there had been an assault on it. And so you couldn't have found a more proud and excited group of young Americans to be going into an unknown situation where we might have been in danger. 2001, 2002, there was no question why we were there. 9/11 is still very much etched into our minds. 2003 and 2005, when I was in Uzbekistan and Afghanistan, I think we started to ask ourselves, what are we still doing here? I think part of it was also because we thought we were forgotten about, because at that point we're in Iraq, and we're kind of seeing ourselves as being the forgotten war. And if the media wasn't caring about it, the country wasn't caring about it, what were we still doing there? Having these conversations with other Afghan veterans, Vietnam veterans, other veterans, recognize that we were all lied to. For the past 20 years, we haven't gotten the actual situation on the ground, explaining the real environment in which we're operating and the real realities of us being there and leaving there. And so I think for any American who is watching what's playing out on TV right now, I think the best thing we can do is just be informed as we can be. Ask a lot of hard questions of what is going on, what are we doing to get our people out of there, and what are we going to do to ensure that this never happens again? Because we're now 2 times where we've done this. Call it 3. Vietnam, Afghanistan, and Iraq, at minimum. And so I think we've all got a responsibility to ask a lot of hard questions of our elected officials, and that any time we send our troops into harm's way, our country needs to be fully committed. And if we're at war, it needs to be in the news every day. And if we're at war, our country needs to be knowing that we've got people in harm's way getting shot at and blown up, and being exposed to dangerous chemicals as part of their duties. And we need to make sure that we're all in, or we're not. And if we are all in, we're in for the right reasons. And we've got a plan. But I think the key is that every American needs to be asking a lot of questions. Everyone. Because I think that just as upset as the veteran community is right now, I think every American is upset right now. And they're confused. They're trying to understand why this is happening, how this happened. How are we in a place for 20 years and this is the end result? And this is the way that we're leaving. We're trying to get our people out alive. And so I think that as we try to remember 9/11, I think the key is to make sure that we are good stewards of our government. And good stewards ask those questions to ensure that our government is upholding its end of the bargain and representing our electorate as they should be.